Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Apex Racing TV. My name's Ryan Walker, and alongside me on the cameras is Marco Babanero. This evening we are at the Interlagos for the BSR Simmortal Porsche Cup series. And yeah, Marco, it looks like we're in for a great evening.
Hello everyone, yes, hello Ryan. It's one of the classic tracks, I think, and these drivers, I'm sure, are going to give their best in this triple header tonight. Two 20-minute races and then one 35-minute race with a mandatory pit stop. And a lot of great drivers are on the grid, and we are in qualifying right now. I think it's going to be a great race, tough to pass around here, Ryan, but it can be done, and I think we'll see a lot of close battling and close racing.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Interlagos is one of those awesome tracks for Formula 1 race, and very Formula also the Saudi. Yeah, quite a visit here last. I think tonight, great night, great race. Yeah, while qualifying is running, I think if we get a chance to go for the
Yes, we can, and here they are on your screen right now.
Yeah, currently leading the championship at the moment is Rory Moon. Second place is Max Wright. Third place is Michael Blake. Fourth place is Dennis Meltzer. Jamie Ayres in 5th place, Lee Deaver in 6th, 7th place Chris Dane, 8th place Chris Wood, and 9th place Ralph Cullinan, and rounding out the top 10 is Steve Hefford.
And you can see the rest of the championship standings on your screen right now. Like I said, triple header tonight as per usual. See what these drivers have in store for us. We've seen some very exciting racing in Spa-Francorchamps. Expecting more of the same here at Interlagos. 4 minutes left in qualifying, more or less, even a bit less than that. And at the moment, Josh Thompson is your provisional pole sitter. Stuart McFadden is in 2nd place, and Chris Wood is sitting in 3rd. We have several drivers on the grid today. Some of them have been very quick in practice, but they haven't showed up for qualifying yet. I'm thinking about Emil Anderson, Michele Ricci, Steve Hefford, so I don't know what's going on there. We'll see. Maybe some penalties, I don't know. But at the moment, in P4 and P5 also worth mentioning, I think, Sam Kumo and Ferenc Kern, the two Apex Racing UK guys, that are looking to score some valuable points. I mean, especially Ferenc, Ryan has been a very consistent driver in this championship.
Yeah, Ferenc's been having a good season so far. Yeah, he's been right up there at the front challenging for wins and podiums, and also he's been doing well getting the points in top 10 finishes, and I think, yeah, judging by his position in the championship, he's doing a good job this season so far, and sometimes he's not been the quickest, but he's been getting the points when he has to, and he's been rewarded at the moment this season. And as we just look at our current pole position driver at the moment, Josh Thompson, yeah, currently holding pole position from Stuart McFadden in 2nd place, and yeah, Chris Wood in the top 3 as well. So good to see Chris Wood having a good qualifying session at the moment.
Of course, when we talk about this track, Ryan, that first corner always comes up, especially in the very first lap. It's going to be extremely tricky. We know that this car doesn't brake very well. The brakes are intentionally made very tough, because this is a car that is designed to, you know, especially with the Super Cup, to find out, you know, very good drivers for the Porsche program. And of course, the first corner, you start the race going up the hill, and then when you are braking, the track then goes down. Then you have to go left, right, and left. So very tough corner to deal with, especially with 20 some other drivers around you.
Yeah, absolutely. Interlagos is one of those tracks that's been always in the past. It's been difficult. Say this, especially difficult under braking, and sometimes if you overdrive the car or brake too hard in the car, it can snap on you and it can bite. And as we seen last week at Spa, there was a few accidents of down to people just trying too hard and just yeah, it ended up having some serious issues. And hopefully we're not in for not. Hopefully we don't have the same issues as we did last week at Spa.
Yes, there's been a lot of, you know, talking between the drivers, the organizers after the Spa round, asking for a little bit of more of head using, I'd say, a little bit more patience maybe in this event here at Interlagos, because at Spa, I think also, Ryan, due to the nature of the track with the long straights and the draft playing a big part, we've seen some very, very close racing there, but also some lunges, especially after the camel straight, for example, drivers going for moves that maybe they shouldn't have done, and we've seen many crashes, but also, I say, many, many fantastic battles. So we know that this series can provide some very good racing. Hopefully we get more of that today, as qualifying is over, in the sense that the checkered flag is in the air, but as per usual, we are waiting on the drivers completing their laps, so we've got a couple of minutes of extra time, so to speak, for these drivers to finish a lap if they are on a fast lap.
Yeah, absolutely. Just yeah, there's a few drivers, as you say. There's still a few drivers left to finish the laps. As, we're looking at Kip Stevens at the moment, I believe, currently sitting in P15. So yeah, yeah, Kip. He's not always been the quickest in this car, but he's safe, safe, safe pair of hands who can get the car to and collect the points for the drivers' championship and also the championship. So yeah, yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Kip gets on tonight. As yeah, we'll look at Samuli Kumo from Apex, okay, but he's slowed right down. Yeah, it looks like his qualifying is done. Just behind him is Matt.
Wow,
Yeah, Max Wright. Max
that
Wright
was...
tried to get a slipstream there.
Yes, I mean, yes, even though, I mean, Samuli was basically standing still, so there was not much of a draft there, but you can, you know, everything you can get, everything you can use to help can be important.
Yeah,
I think,
absolutely.
yeah.
I thought Max was going to crash into the back of Samuli there. So
You
yeah,
know, we've seen many, many bad crashes there in that final corner in the years, especially if your name is Mark Webber. You have a particular fondness for that corner there. As we are winding down, just a few seconds left, no one is on a quick lap, so in just 10 seconds or so we're going to go through the starting grid for this first race of the day. And qualifying is now officially over.
Yep, as yeah, I think we're just about to switch over to the race session. So as soon as that starts, we'll take you through the grid. Yeah, pole position. Josh Thompson takes pole position ahead of Stuart McFadden in second place. Third place goes to Christy Wood. Alongside him is Samuel Kumo, Apex Racing UK, and alongside him is his teammate Ferenc Kern. I think at the time it's Samuel's out qualified Ferenc. So yeah, good job. Sixth position is Robert Cullinan. Seventh place, Adam McNally from Youth Energy Racing. Next to him, Dennis Meltzer. P9 is Deemer, and rounding the top 10 is Teddy Clark.
See all the other drivers on your screen right now. Ayers and Moons, 11th and 12th, and all the other. See Anthony Jacobson, Kip Stevens, always named to keep an eye on. Richie Efford, Anderson, and Flanagan didn't set a fast time. We'll see. Richie is on the grid right now, so maybe he got a qualifying ban. We'll see. It's been a controversial round for him again at Spa-Francorchamps. But I think it's going to be interesting to see what happens today. You see the cars are basically hidden by the track. Now you should see them in this shot. And we're waiting for, I think, Josh Thompson, and then we will be ready to start.
Yep, spots the cars lined up in the grid there. Yeah, just McFadden on the grid. Oh, yep, there's Thompson lines up in the grid and just about to get underway. As yeah, Brett just about waiting for the lights to go out, and the lights are out, and away we go. Yeah, Josh Thompson Josh Thompson tried to dive over there and take the position from McFadden, not the position, take the line from McFadden down into turn one. Yeah, moves up the inside and into the lead. Josh Thompson as Chris Wood is attacking McFadden for second place, and yeah, McFadden manages to keep the position ahead of Wood.
Oh, we have a spin already.
Spun.
It's Jamie Ayres. Jamie Ayres, a little bit of a problem for him. No damage, I think, on his car, just a spin. As the group goes towards the first tough braking zone here at the Sida do Lago, and everybody seems to be through nice and somewhat safe.
Yep, everyone's managed to make it through the lap one so far, make it through safely. Yeah, as we only had one car with an issue, Jamie Ayres with that spin, as we're currently looking at Lee Deemer in 10th position, just behind Dennis Meltzer. As Moon, oh, who's that? Is that Michele Ricci?
Ricci going for a move, already up 10 places from his starting position. He's in P9 right now, going for P8. He's able to get the move on Clark.
Yeah, Ricci's not hanging. He's not hanging about anyway. He's up into 8th position at the moment, taking that position from Teddy Clark.
Back at the front.
As yeah, we'll look back up towards the front. Currently looking at just Stuart McFadden in second place, not far off Josh Thompson. Behind him is Chris Wood. 4th place is Ferenc Kern. 5th place Adam Benali. 6th place Ralph Cullinan. 7th place Samuel Kumo. 8th position Michele Ricci. 9th Teddy Clark, and rounded at the top 10 in lap 1 is Lee Deemer.
Deemer going for a move on Melchert, and he makes it work, as we have a problem for Steve Efford, I think. He's facing the wrong way at the Senna S. Oh, another guy's around.
Oh, there's another Momo car involved.
It's Carl Hardy.
Yeah, Carl Hardy. I wonder what happened to them.
I think he got scared. You know, sometimes it happens. You make the corner there, and then you see, you know, a car facing the wrong way. See the replay here. Oh no, he just lost it on his own. I think he broke a little bit on the grass there. It's so tricky to do that corner right.
Yeah, just look at the replay. It looks like Carl. Ooh, I thought he was going to spin there. Yeah, Carl Hardy just lost it under braking, and yeah, I think he just span in sympathy with Steve Hefford. Oh, there's a car spun in the background. It's
Teddy Clark. Teddy Clark, and he's lost. Oh, Teddy. Be careful there.
Oh.
He lost the front end of his car, no bonnet on his Porsche, and he's crabbing wildly, so I think this is going to be the end of his race. Not looking good for Teddy here, as he's losing more and more positions. He has to be very careful if he doesn't want to hit anyone, because that car is completely out of control. Oh. He almost flips. Almost flips.
Kenny Block, keep your heart rate. As Michele Ricci's going for the position into turn 1. He's trying to take 6th position from Ralph Cullinan. He's on the outside, but he'll be in the inside on the next corner, and gains out another position.
Nice move there, as we see Wood and McFadden being decently close, but the top 3 guys, I think they have gotten a little bit of a gap over Ferenc Kern, you can see, and Kern as well in front of McNally. And then Ricci Cullinan Kumo lost a lot of positions. He lost 4 spots. He's sitting now in P8.
Yeah, I'm just looking up at the front with Stuart McFadden. He's slow. Oh, Josh Thompson gets sideways. Yeah, McFadden slowly closing on Josh Thompson as Stuart McFadden starts flashing, or as me and Sam Fitzpatrick likes to call him, McFlashing.
Speaking of Sam Fitzpatrick, he is not with us today. I think he's in the United States of America, and of course yesterday it was his birthday, so happy birthday, Sam, and hope you're enjoying your special present, I think, because it's not every day that you go to Washington, so enjoy your stay there, whilst me and Ryan are stuck here in Europe.
Yep, yeah, happy birthday to Sam Fitzpatrick. I hope you had a good day. Yeah, as Marco mentions, he's in the USA. As Josh Johnson goes wide, that's not the track, son. As
Yeah, McFadden, true to his name, letting him know that you know that is not the track.
yeah, that was a bit. That was a bit of a that was a bit of a new track Josh made up there. As McFadden is slowly closing the gap on Thompson, but he's not far behind McFadden. It's Chris Wood. As Wood gets a little bit sideways, his head up to this hairpin, and yeah, I think these two top three guys will be battling for the
Oh,
win.
Chris Wood!
Oh, Chris Wood spun.
A problem for Chris Wood, and he's dropping like a sack of potatoes down to P9. Oh, that must have... I think I saw him on the back end of the shot. Maybe on the power too early. Let's see. On the braking zone here.
Oh, he just lost it on the curb.
Lots of smoke. Able to get it straight once again, but he's lost a lot of position now. Like I said, P8 for him. As Ralph Cullinan is under pressure from Adam McNally.
Yep, McNally's got the run heading down to turn one. Is Cullinan just going to let him go, or is he just defending his position as McNally decides not to go for the move and just stay behind Cullinan into turn one. Great battle between these guys, and it's good to see Adam having a oh, is a car spun? Oh,
who's that? He's Richie. He's Richie. He was having a nice race, and that was not the case. He has to be careful while rejoining it, and he's able to rejoin. Let's see, car seems fine, maybe just a spin, but he completely destroyed his good work in this race. Let's catch a replay of that, as he was closing in on Ferenc Kern.
Yeah, it just looks like he might have lost the rear end on the exit. Yeah, he just lost the rear. As that...
Whoa, Lafkaninen. That was extremely close.
Yeah, he was so close to taking Cullinan out, and that was that had my heart pumping.
Whoa!
Oh, how close do you want to get?
Man, oh man, that was an extremely scary moment for Cullinan, who now has been overtaken by McNally, but seems to have a good run to get the position back.
As Adam McNally's flashing for some reason, I'm not sure why. Cullinan's got the run of McNally as they head down into turn one. Is McNally going to McNally defending the position? No, Cullinan's going for the move, or he's trying to. Yep, he's up the inside into turn one, and he takes that position back.
Very nice move there from Ralph. He's been getting better and better. I remember him in the Grand Tour Series, but also in this Porsche Series he's driving very, very well, with a purpose, I'd say. As we are back to the front, with McFadden and Thompson getting a little bit... Kern must have made a mistake somewhere, because suddenly he is 5 seconds away.
Yep, that mistake from Chris Wood. Chris Wood allowed Ferenc Kern up into fourth place. Allowed Cullinan to go into fourth place. Basically everyone that was behind the top Chris Wood gained a position, or something in a position. As we look back up at the front with Thompson and Fadden, and good battle between these guys for the lead so far.
You are right, of course, yes, it was Chris Wood that was very, very close to the lead too, and not Ferenc was sitting there from the beginning, basically. Let's catch Chris Wood. Speak of the devil, he's trying to make up the ground he lost after that spin, and he's putting some pressure on our own Sam Kumo.
As Chris Wood just got sideways on the exit of the last corner there, and it's kind of it's cost him a run. Cost him a run onto Simula, and it's gave Simula a bit of breathing space as they head back onto the home straight. Behind Chris Wood is Lee Deemer and Dennis Melchart, who are having a good run so far in race one. So good to see those guys having a good run as Kumo goes slightly right into turn one.
Yeah, and I think this will prove to be a problem for him, because I think now Wood will have a great run coming out of the Senna S into the Reta Opposta, as effort went past Ricci, because I think Ricci's got a problem. I will be there in a bit. Just keep following this battle here. As Wood, yeah, on the outside of Kumo, and think he will complete the move on the outside.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened to Sumuli there, but he must have got a bit sideways on the exit of the corner as Wood's all over the back of Kumo. But fair play to Sumuli. He's not letting Chris go that easy. He's putting up a good fight, and yeah, it's hard defending, but clean defending.
Yes, some great defending by. I thought Wood had the position on Kumo on the outside, but Samuli was able to defend the position. Defend on Wood, and they are still same positions as they were one lap before. P6 and P7. As in the front, the battle still half a second between these two. We'll see if Wood has a lunge here at the first corner. Seems to have a very good run this time.
Yep, Wood's got a good run on Samuli as Samuli defends his line and is trying to make Wood go around the outside, and yeah, Wood's trying to go on the inside, but Samuli's got the inside line. So yeah, let's see if Chris can pull the move off on the outside in turn 1, as Samuli's giving him plenty of room, and yeah, Chris Wood manages to make the move and moves up into P6.
Very nice move from Chris Wood here. Let's see if Samuli responds on the backstretch. Seems like he will stay put for the moment.
Yep, as we look back up to this battle for 4th place between Ralph Cullinan and Adam McNally. Yeah, these guys have been going at it for quite a while, and I think if Adam can get a good exit on the exit of the final corner, on the run up to the home straight, he could maybe try and get by Cullinan heading into turn 1.
Not a very long lap around here. Even with these cars you get 1 minute 32s, 33s. So, you know, in Formula 1 they are very quick around here. So even though the race is only 20 minutes, these first 2 races, we will have a lot of laps logged by these guys. And you know, the more laps you do, the more chances of a mistake you can make. So, and speaking of that, a problem for Kip Stevens going into the grass and losing a couple of positions, so down to P13, as we go back to this battle here with McNally not getting the run he was perhaps hoping, and Cullinan stays in front of him for another lap.
Yeah, as Cullinan locks up into turn 1, it looks like both these guys are evenly matched for pace. I mean, Cullinan's last lap was a 30.8, McNally's last lap was a 30.7. So yeah, these guys are very close on pace. It looks like it's making the job a bit difficult for McNally to try and get by Cullinan. So yeah, I think it's good to take a mistake from I was going to say McNally. I mean Cullinan to try and get by for McNally to get by Cullinan. Sorry.
Riding on the hamburger camera of McNally's Porsche, as you can see. You can appreciate Cullinan going sideways, and that is not good for your tires, of course. Even in a short race like this, you want to avoid doing that as much as possible. As we say hello to Alessandro Daledon watching us in the chat. Of course, reminding the old story of the fact that Rubens Barrichello's grandmother used to live, or I think still lives, in the one of the buildings that you can see here in the final corner on the right. And he used to watch the Formula 1 races from his grandmother's house. I think one of those 2 buildings there, as you see, McNally. Gonna be side by side. I think that at the beginning Cullinan will have a better run, but I think with the draft they could be side by side come the first corner.
Yeah, McNally's got... I thought McNally clipped the wall there. Yeah, McNally's got the run, but Cullinan is putting up a good fight as they head into turn 1, and yeah, Cullinan manages to keep the position. Yeah, it's a fantastic race.
A fantastic battle, Ryan, but this is bringing Chris Wood and Sam Kumo back into this fight, so they have to be very careful, Cullinan and McNally. Of course, great battle for us, as Cullinan goes a bit wide there.
Please. Yeah. yeah, that was a bit of a sideways moment for Colin in there. Yeah, he managed to hold that as McNally's up the inside, and he manages to manages to move up into 4th position.
Nice move there. He will have to defend now. Oh, he locks the brakes. What a fantastic battle this is. Wood is getting into the party as well.
Yeah, as you mentioned, Marco, these guys, McNally and Cullinan battling away is allowing Chris Wood to enter this battle, and also not far behind also is Samuel Kubo, so we could be on for a 4-way fight.
You see, Cullinan always takes a very, very inside line out of the final corner, and I think Wood has got a fantastic run on him. Great comeback for Chris after his earlier, the mistake he made earlier, side by side into the first corner with Wood on the outside, which then becomes the inside, so it's not a very bad spot to be.
Yeah, Wood managed to get a run on Cullinan, and also what Cullinan and Wood battling away is helping McNally to do is helping McNally to get away a little bit and just build a little bit of a gap. And it's also allowing Samuel Kumo to close the gap as Chris Wood goes for the move up the inside.
There's some contact there, and Wood is able to make the move. What a great pass, great battles all around. It was a fantastic pass, as we also have here Efford trying to get around Stevens. Of course, Efford, like Hardy, problems in the beginning of the race, and they lost a lot of positions. It's never nice to start with such a big of a disadvantage over your opponents.
Yeah, absolutely. As Steve Hefford's all over the back of Kip Stevens, and I have to say I do like that. I do like that livery that Steve Hefford is racing. It looks very, very. Oh, as it goes up the inside of Kip Stevens.
He makes the move stick, and he has some damage effort on his rear wing. And we were talking to Ferenc Kern about how important the rear wing is, and Wood on the inside of McNally.
Yep, Wood's up the inside of McNally, and he managed to make the move. And Chris Wood is up into 4th place, and good recovery from Chris Wood after his spin at the hairpin in the middle sector. So great recovery from Chris Wood.
And now is Samuli Kumo putting the pressure on Ralph Cullinan, who has been in a whole lot of battles in his first race. And he has been, I think, the most entertaining driver of this first race by a mile. And he's going to get, if he doesn't make any silly mistake, a very good, very, very good result in this race here.
Yep, I think I was quite surprised to see Sabili back down in the 7th position, because he had a great qualifying, but he must have had a bad start. But it's still a good race from Sabili so far. He's up there in 7th position and inside in the top 10, and still having a good race. So still on for a points finish.
Dimmer versus Melchert, and in front of them Cullinan versus Kumo, as we are getting, I think, a couple more laps. Dimmer ran wide.
Yeah, Dimmer ran wide and allowed Dennis Melchert up the inside to gain another position. Dennis Melchert up into 8th place.
So it's going to be very close if Thompson gets the checker flag or not at the end of this lap. We'll keep you posted. In the meantime, Kumo trying to close the gap on Cullinan as they go through the Senna S for the 13th time today. In the front, Thompson was able to get a couple of seconds over McFadden, so Thompson looking good for the race win. Ferenc Kern is sitting in 3rd place. And then we have this battle group here with Wood, McNally, Cullinan, and Kumo.
Yep, it's been a great battle between these 4 cars. normally the usual names up at the front with Thompson and McFadden, but yeah, this battle from McNally down to Kumo has been awesome to watch, and yeah, it's been great racing. As I believe we're on the last lap.
Yeah, this is the last lap, and this is the final corner for the race leader, Josh Thompson.
Yep, Josh Thompson comes over the line to take the win in race 1, closely followed by Stuart McFadden in second place. Ferenc Cairns is heading up to the line to round out the top 3 and take a well-deserved third place. As a good drive by Ferenc. Chris Wood is coming up over the line to round out the Cup, finish in 4th place, but now he takes 5th place, 6th place Cullinan, 7th place Kumo, 8th place Dennis Meltzer, 9th place Lee Deemer, and round out the top 10 on the run up to the line is Ronald Moons.
Another consistent performance for Moons, as all the other drivers are slowly coming to the start-finish line. Here's Efford, I think Jacobson as well. Missing Kip Stevens, who made a mistake in the final lap, losing a position in favor of Jacobson. And here comes also Carl Hardy, penultimate driver we are waiting for. Final guy to cross the finish line will be Ronald van Uytrecht, and he is right now coming into the Junso corner, which is this one. No, sorry, this is the Subida do Boxes, and this is the Arquibancadas, so it was a little bit ahead than what I expected.
Yeah, just waiting for Ronald to cross the line, and he crosses the line, and I think the last person running is an 18th place, which is Gilbert.
Yes, he already crossed the start-finish line because I think he was a lap down, so I think we are ready to give you the race results.
Yep, the results will just pop up on your screen now. As race 1 winner is Josh Thompson, takes the win in race 1. Second place is Stuart McFadden, finishing 3.2 seconds behind. Ferenc Cairn from Apex Racing UK rounds out the top 3. In 3rd place, Chris Wood takes 4th. Behind him is Adam Nally in 5th place, closely followed by Ralph Cullinan in 6th. 7th place Willie Kumo. Dennis Meltzer with a result in 8th place. Lee Deemer also taking a good result in 9th place, and rounding out the top 10 is Ronald Moons.
So the drivers eligible for the reverse will be everyone from P1 down to P18, with Kyle Gilbert being the only guy 1 lap down. All the other guys you can see are more than a lap down, so therefore not eligible. So with that said, I think we should go for the reverse wheel. And it should be on your screens right now, hopefully. Here we go, let's roll it. Well, it's going to be a full reverse since the number we get is 30, so it's going to be Kyle Gilbert in pole position for this second race. And it's going to be a very, very, very interesting one. I think Ronald van Uytrecht is starting in 2nd. And then we have Carl Hardy and Kip Stevens 3rd and 4th, with Anthony Jacobson with a good chance of scoring some valuable points starting in 5th. So we are going into a little bit of a break. We'll be back in 10 to 15 minutes from Interlagos, Apex Racing TV, second race of the day for the BSR Porsche Simmortal Cup.
Before you can get on track, you'll need to calibrate your wheel and pedal set. You'll need to do this in iRacing even if you have already done this using your own controller software. Prior to entering the sim, make sure you've downloaded and installed the latest drivers from the manufacturer's website. Once that's done, follow these easy steps to calibrate your controller. We recommend calibrating in a test session, so pick a car and then click test. Don't go into a practice or official session. The last thing you want to do yourself you go on track and crash into another car. Once you're in your test session, click on the options button. You will then see input calibration. This is where your calibration takes place. Start by clicking on the steering button. You will then be prompted to turn your wheel fully one direction and then another. Make sure you place your wheel back into its centering position before hitting done. Now, you'll be asked to turn your wheel 90 degrees to the left. Make sure it's at 90 and hold it there while hitting done. For pedals, click on the pedals button. Here you'll be asked to press the throttle all the way down and then release it. You'll do the same for the brake and clutch pedal if you have one. For the gearbox, you'll first be asked to set buttons for sequential shifting. Once complete, a prompt will ask if you have a H pattern shifter. If not, hit no. If yes, click it and you'll begin to map the gears individually. Once you've completed these steps, you are calibrated and ready to go racing. The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Assist to the front bumper, and he hits him again now. Rayon Fowler into the outside wall.
He's gonna pass nearly 3 cars down that front straightaway, and he's gonna get them all done with. What amazing!
Lee to the inside goes Logan Clapman is gonna touch in. Pit press sideways. What a save!
Look to the outside as Trunkgate goes off. De Jong into second place.
Going for the switchback. Oh, pinpoint driving.
It's Howling down to the inside.
Trying this contact though. Slide left to the racetrack. Chris Benner drives it back down underneath, and he takes that second spot right back. Joker goes to Garrett Lowe.
Garrett Lowe should take victory with all that contact.
He's going to try and make the move around the outside the Parabolica. That's not going to work, but he's going to try and get the cut back here. Get the run out the Parabolica. That's beautifully done there. Michael Schumacher, there's a little bit of door banging as well.
Team racing allows multiple iRacing members to team up and race together, just like in real-world endurance series. Teammates can share driving duties, spot for one another, or be a crew chief. Team racing is free, both to join a team and to create one. Each teammate races on his or her own computer from wherever they want to. Your teammates can be anywhere in the world, and changing drivers mid-race is as easy as a click of a button. iRacing features team endurance events ranging from just a couple of hours to 24 hours in length. So, if you fancy taking part in an iRacing endurance race in the future, you can learn more about team racing on the teams page on the member website.
Once again, photo finish here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Will it be Tim Hogan? It's going to be Christopher DeMerrick at the line.
My name is Steven Corpenos. I'm a senior web developer here at iRacing, and I work on the beta UI. It's funny because iRacing has been around for 10 years, but we want to keep delivering the best possible user experience to our customers, and we've found that the old UI isn't exactly what we're trying to deliver in 2018. We want to use new features and provide the best possible experience when using the sim. One of the projects that I've been working on is some custom heat racing configuration for hosted races. We've been listening to our customers. Everyone's been asking for custom heat races. Maybe you want to tweak a few things with the preset iRacing configurations. Well, now you can using the beta UI. So once you're at the home page of the beta UI, you just go to create a race. Then from there you go to your set race options. And you'll notice here under event types, you can actually choose heat racing. First, I'm going to show you how to create a new format from scratch. You can choose the number of entrants. And as you can see, when I made that change, the change was actually reflected on the right side in the graph. Also, you can use the estimated duration at the bottom of the graph when you're changing the length to see what the total duration of your event will be. In addition, you can customize every aspect of the session information, practice, qualifying, heat races, consolations, and of course, the final feature race. Because the beta UI allows us to develop features that are robust and complex, this feature will be exclusively available on the beta UI. Once you've made all of the changes, you can hit save. Say you forgot what you selected. You can always preview it using the preview format button. We are very excited to release the brand new heat racing configuration feature that will be available in Season 3 of iRacing.
Three, two, Last year I was sitting at a desk as a sales manager, and now I'm official McLaren F1 simulated test driver.
Magnussen is 1.4 behind.
This opportunity is huge.
That's faster than the factory McLaren driver, and he's done 6 laps.
Let's go race.
Before you can get on track, you'll need to calibrate your wheel and pedal set. You'll need to do this in iRacing even if you have already done this using your own controller software. Prior to entering the sim, make sure you've downloaded and installed the latest drivers from the manufacturer's website. Once that's done, follow these easy steps to calibrate your controller. We recommend calibrating in a test session, so pick a car and then click test. Don't go into a practice or official session. The last thing you want to do is have you go on track and crash into another car. Once you're in your test session, click on the options button. You will then see input calibration. This is where your calibration takes place. Start by clicking on the steering button. You will then be prompted to turn your wheel fully one direction and then another. Make sure you place your wheel back into its centering position before hitting done. Now, you'll be asked to turn your wheel 90 degrees to the left. Make sure it's at 90 and hold it there while hitting done. For pedals, click on the pedals button. Here you'll be asked to press the throttle all the way down and then release it.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Apex Racing TV. You join us for the build up to race 2. My name is Ryan Walker and alongside me is Marco Barbanera on the cameras. Yeah, we're just going to quickly run you through the grid. Pole position is Kyle Gilbert, second place is Ronald Vanyuchek, third place is Carl Haddy, next to him is Kip Stevens in 4th place, followed by Anthony Jacobson in 5th place, 6th place is Steve Hefford, behind him is Jamie Ayres, Max Wright in 8th position, 9th place is Ronald Moons, and rounding out the top 10 is Lee Deemer. So yeah, Marco, what do you think we're in for in race 2?
Well, I think another exciting race, as we're ready to go.
Yep, the lights are out and away we go. Yep, a good start by Gilbert, closely followed by Hardy in 2nd place. Vanyuchek in 3rd place as we head down into turn 1. Yeah, Gilbert in the lead into turn 1 as one of the Apex Race UK.
Oh,
no! Rollover. It's Josh Thompson.
It is Josh Thompson, and also Ferenc Kern is involved, as you can see there. Massive crash in the first corner. We'll get to a replay as quickly as possible. Let's follow the action here, because there's still a race going on. And wow.
Just currently looking at Jamie Ayres in 5th position. Alongside him up the inside is Kip Stevens. Kip Stevens is up making a move up the inside of Steve Hefford into 2nd place as they head to the hairpin. Your current leader is Kyle Gilbert, who's currently got a lead of around about 3.8 seconds according to the last time. But yeah, mayhem on lap 1 there, Marco.
Absolute chaos as the battle is not relenting here at the front. Max Wright trying to go around Steve Efford as the cars are all over the place, but now Ayres goes by Max Wright and slots into P4. Also, you can see very, very close to this battle is McNally as well, and Dimmer, as Dimmer goes by Max Wright now. McNally
in the grass.
Using every bit of the track available and then some as they go through the first corner with effort going on the inside. And look at the back there. There's a Callinan.
Yeah, Cullinan tried to make a move on Adam McNally into turn 1 and they ended up making contact with the car in front of him. I'm not sure it was, but yeah, Cullinan ended up spinning sideways onto the grass. Your leader on lap 2, Kyle Gilbert. Second place, Steve Hefford. Third place is Kip Stevens. Fourth place, Jamie Ayres. Lee Deemer in fifth place. Lee Deemer running wide and losing our positions to McNally, and also so close.
Gotta be careful here because there are a lot of cars and very little track available.
Yes, just watching in the background, Stuart McFadden is trying to. Is being quite aggressive and trying to get by as quickly as possible. Just looking back through the field there, Shabila Kubo and Chris Wood closely together for 13th and 14th places. Chris Wood is up there inside, looking back up towards McFadden and Deemer, and McFadden has managed to gain a position from.
Gilbert!
Kyle Gilbert getting sideways. Steve. This gave Steve Hefford the chance to get a run in Gilbert, and yeah, Hefford's got the run.
And he makes the move, stick. Also here McFadden, Deemer, Callinan, all very close together. McFadden on the inside of Deemer. Oh, very, very brave move there. Easy able to make it stick. Yes, because Callinan is around.
Cullinan's around in the back. Yes, Josh Thompson is just about to run in as we'll look back up towards top 10. Ronald Moons and Michaela Ricci.
It's all happening in this race. Deemer goes a bit wide. Meanwhile, back at the front of the pack, Gilbert is now in second, but under pressure from Ayres and Stevens, and I'd say also McNally. Very sketchy position to go around. He has to be super careful when rejoining.
Gilbert.
I think he will have to wait until the entire snake is through there. Ferenc Kern is passing. Rizzo is a long ways behind, so he's able to get through. Meanwhile, Chris Wood going around Ronald Moons, and wow, there's a lot going on here. Keep Stevens under pressure from Adam McNally now.
Yeah, absolutely. It's all kicking off in the early stages of this race. It's a good race so far in the early stages by Adam McNally. He's had a good start and currently sitting in fourth position, just behind Kip Stevens in third position. So yeah, good to see Adam having a good evening so far. As I believe that Josh Thompson is in the pit lane.
Yes, now I would like to watch a replay of that, but there's simply too much action going on. So if there's no break in action, we'll show a replay at the end of the race, because of course Josh Thompson is one of the quickest drivers and one of the championship contenders, and also Ferenc Kern was involved. That was a pretty big hit as Ricci gains another position, goes by Deemer. So Ricci is basically doing a repeat of his first race, gaining a lot of position, starting from the back. Hopefully this time around he doesn't loop the car and does all the good work as we go back to the front now. Now McNally is still trying to pass Stevens, but also Wright and McFadden have joined the party.
Yep, it's a close battle it's a close battle from Jamie Ayres in second place down to McFadden in sixth position. As yes, Kip Stevens gets a little bit sideways in the exit of the final corner, and that gives McNally an opportunity to get a run on him and maybe pick up a position, head down into turn 1 as they get a bit close.
They are nose to tail here. Max Wright is extremely close to the back of Kip Stevens as McNally gets the move done. And I think now Max Wright will put some pressure as well on Stevens, who is trying maybe to go back. And McFadden now passing Wright.
Yep, McFadden is up into fifth position now, and he's right behind Kip Stevens, who is his next target.
I see that Ayres is in second place, but his car is completely smashed in the front. So he's going to be under pressure from his opponents as Wood and Ricci are exchanging position constantly through this section of corners. Ricci seemingly having the upper hand, and meanwhile McFadden goes around Kip Stevens.
Stuart McFadden, he's not hanging around. He's gaining it. He's taking the positions when he can, and yeah, he's having a good race so far as Stuart, and he's up into fourth position at the moment, and the next person in front of him is in third position, Adam McNally. And yeah, as I said before, Adam's having a good evening so far. He's having a good run in this race, and also Steve Hefford is also having a good run up at the front, currently leading this race, and yeah, doing a good job so far.
Stevens trying to respond to McFadden, but it's not possible this time around. Quick check-in on Cullinan, trying to make a move on Anthony Jacobson. Of course, Cullinan lost the car in this very corner a couple of laps ago, and then went around trying to make up the positions he lost. A quick check with Ferenc Kern, involved in the first corner pileup. Car seems a little bit second end, but still going. Last lap he had a 33.3. It was faster. Sorry, he had a 34.1. So he's lapping faster than Jamie Ayres in second place.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that Kern got caught up in that mayhem on the first lap. I think if it wasn't for that, he could have been right up there challenging for a podium position. But yeah, that's racing. Sometimes you can have good luck, and other times you can have bad luck. And just I think just Kern was just caught up in the wrong place at the wrong time. As yeah, Ricci spun.
Mistake from Ricci, was trying to pass. I think Dennis Melchert as McNally and Ayres are side by side for second position.
Yep, good battle between these two. As McNally tries to go round the outside. Can he do it? No, he can't. But if he can get a good exit here, he might be able to get the run. As McNally's sideways on the exit of the corner, and yeah, right behind him is Stuart McFadden, and McFadden's got the run, and he's trying to go for it.
Oh, very close there. Slight contact.
Slight contact on the rear of the Ayres' car as McFadden's got a run, and McNally is head up to his long right-hander. Yeah, Stuart's trying everything to get by, but Adam's not making it easy for him. And yeah, Adam's doing a good job of defending so far. Yeah, just this is a great battle so far between McFadden's up the inside of McNally.
That was a beautiful move from McFadden, and he gets P3 right now, looking good for P2, but I mean, Ryan, we are seeing some fantastic racing tonight, and this is promising to be another, look at that, basically from P2 through P7, sorry, P8, because that is Lee Dimmer. Basically they are all nose to tail Fantastic stuff in this Interlagos round. Race 1 was amazing, and race 2 is providing to be even more exciting as McFadden is making his presence very clear to Jamie Ayres as they go once again for the 8th time around the first corner. People have to be very careful around here, especially we talked with Sam Kumo. This corner here can really upset your car if you push too hard. Good exit from McFadden.
Yep, yeah, fantastic racing tonight so far, especially this battle in race 2. Yeah, McFadden's up the inside, Jamie Ayres, can he get up the inside and make the move, get the move done? Yep, up the inside of Jamie Ayres, he's got the move done, and Stuart McFadden's up into 2nd place, and the next person in front of McFadden is Steve Hefford, who has got tried to set the gap about a 4.7 second lead.
Yes, meantime, Wood went around right, and McNally is trying to get a move on Jamie Ayres. Trying to stick his nose on the inside of the Momo car. But that was not possible in that corner there. Jamie Ayres, I think, is really struggling, and that's because, like we said, you can see in a close-up shot we may try to get in this corner, front end of his car is very damaged.
Yeah, Jamie Ayres just made a mistake there. I think he's struggling, as you mentioned, Marco. He's struggling with the damage, and he's gave Adam McNally a chance to try and make a move on Jamie Ayres, and yeah, McNally's went by him up into 3rd place, and yeah, it's good to see Adam having a good run so far this evening. Considering he's had bad luck, at times this season in this series. So yeah, it's good to see him getting a bit of luck, and yeah, he's been rewarded with currently sitting in 3rd position.
Let's jump on board with Chris Wood, who's enjoying this battle and has a best seat in the house basically, and of course he's looking to gain some more positions. He knows he's quick. He goes on the inside there of Kip Stevens. Now we'll have the outside here.
Yep, Woods on the outside. Oh, can he get the move done? Yeah, on the outside he manages to get that move done. Chris Wood up into 5th position ahead of Kip Stevens. Nice move.
Beautiful pass there from Chris Wood. Ferenc Kern now is up to P12. He went by Dennis Melchert.
Yep, I just can't take my eyes off this battle up at the front here from I just can't take my eyes off this battle. It's fantastic racing, Mark.
I mean, for all that has been said by the drivers themselves especially, they were very, very dejected after the Spa-Francorchamps round for what happened there with the safety car and a couple of massive pileups. They are answering in the best way possible, and that is by putting on a fantastic show. And the first 2 races certainly have the flavor of redemption for these guys, because we are, I think, on a racing standpoint, we are witnessing the best round of the season so far. Stevens now losing a little bit of contact between himself and Chris Wood, as Wood himself is trying to get closer and closer to Jamie Ayres. As you can see, the front left of Jamie Ayres' car is almost completely exposed, the front left tire. Meanwhile, McNally is closing once again, and look at that Wood on the inside of Ayres. That was extremely close. Oh, look at that McFadden!
McFadden spun!
Will he get a slowdown?
Oh, how did McFadden hold that? Gee.
And at the same time, I think Chris Wood got a bit spooked because he wasn't able to complete the pass on Jamie Ayres. So no massive slowdown for McFadden, because he's still able to stay very, very close to the back of McNally. But now we have to be careful, because I think his tires will be absolutely cooked. And in all of this, of course, Steve Hefford is laughing because he's running away. Chris Wood!
Oh, Ayres on the grass.
Ayres in the grass, and now McFadden will try to answer back, as also Kip Stevens is trying to get a move on Ayres, and he does. back at the front. There's action everywhere.
Inside of McNally. I don't know where to look.
I keep saying that we need, like in darts, we need a split screen. And now Wood is fancying his chances and will go past McNally.
Yeah, this is fantastic racing. I know I've said it before, but this is fantastic. And
now Kip Stevens.
Kip Stevens up the inside of McNally. So I wonder if McNally's tired. McNally's back.
Oh, he's answering back.
Go on, Adam boy. Adam McNally, my favourite Scotsman.
Oh,
there's spun.
Jamie Ayres is around. He's going to lose several positions. He has a train of cars coming right by him. Sam Kumo gets the jump. Maybe even Ronald Moons. Also Kallinan now says, okay, I'm going for the pass then. Almost 3 wide there. Kallinan gets the jump on Moons. Wow.
Yeah, that was a nice. Because Kern is up the inside of Moons as well. So yeah, this is a good recovery from Ferenc Kern. Can he get the move done? Yeah, he's up into. As it stands, he's up into 11th position at the moment.
Oh!
Wood's wide.
Wood is into the back of McFadden and into the grass at the Senna S, and he's losing several positions.
What that mistake from Chris Wood has done is it's allowed McNally up into the top 3 and move up into 3rd position. So yeah, just looking back at the replay under braking, it seems to be Wood tried to brake late, but he got caught out by Stuart McFadden braking for turn 1, and yeah, I think Chris Wood just got caught out slightly and clipped the grass and ran wide. But yeah, Adam McNally up into 3rd place, Kip Stevens in 4th place, and Max Wright up into 5th place. Good race from Max Wright at the moment, and he's just been consistent, and he's been rewarded so far with 5th place. As we look back up at the leader, Steve Hefford, great run from Steve so far, and he's just kept his cool and managed to build up a gap.
Yeah, we haven't shown much of a race leader, understandably, but he's beginning right now. Final lap of this 2nd race, and he's going to get a very nice victory. It seems like in the back they will battle until the end, so let's jump back. We have McFadden in 2nd and a decent gap over McNally, under pressure from Stevens, then it's Wright, Dimmer, Wood, rounding up the top 7. Look at there, Kallinan.
Kallinan's going for the move up the inside of Dumers, or he's trying to make the move. Can he try and get up inside? They're just leaving enough room for each other as Jamie's got the inside and manages to keep the position. As I believe we're on the last lap as well.
We are. As we see, Kallinan maybe goes for the move again.
Yeah, fantastic. Excuse me, fantastic racing from these 2 guys at the moment. Yeah, I think it's been a fantastic. I thought Kallinan was going on the grass there. Yeah, it's been a fantastic race in race 2. Fantastic battles throughout the field, and yeah, I think as you mentioned earlier, Mark, this has probably been the best round of the season so far.
Let's see at the front, Wright, Dimmer, and Wood. Very close to each other.
I think the leader is Steve Hefford's heading up to the final corner. He's on his way to take his first win of the season, and yeah, his first ever win in this series. Interlagos, been a good race from Steve so far, and he's kept out of trouble as Steve Hefford heads up to the line and takes victory in race 2. Awesome job from Stuart McFadden rounds out the top 2. Yeah, 3rd place is going to Adam McNally. Good race from him. Kip Stevens takes 4th place by Max Wright in 5th place. Lee Deemer takes a fantastic 6th position. 7th place is Chris Wood. Savili Kubo having a good run to finish in 8th place. And 9th place is Ralph Kallinan. And rounding out the top 10 after after trouble at the start of the race as Francorchamps rounding out the top 10.
A mistake right at the end of the race for Jamie Ayres. Lost several positions.
Oh, he just got twitchy in the middle of the corner.
Now, let's see what happened at the beginning of the race.
Yeah, I'm intrigued to see what happened. Yeah, it looked all... Just looking at the replay, looking at Josh Thompson, it looks like everyone got off the line okay. Everyone got off the line okay. Josh Thompson had a good start. Heading down into turn 1, everyone was just breaking at their normal points. Here's some contact, and there's a mobile car in the middle of the track. I think Josh Thompson tried to go. Oh, he got clipped.
You know, it was, I think, a case of wrong place, wrong time for Josh, because nothing he could have done. There were just too many cars in that corner, and space was not. Space was at a premium, let's put it this way. So very bad luck for Josh, and sadly he was one of the drivers who couldn't finish this race. And speaking of that, just a few seconds, we'll have the final official results on the screen, and here we go.
Yep, the results are just coming up now. So yeah, your race 2 winner is Steve Hefford, taking his first win of the season. In the series. Second place is Stuart McFadden. Rounding out the top 3 is Adam McNally, taking a fantastic third place for Youth Energy Racing. Kip Stevens taking 4th place, closely followed by Max Wright. 6th place is Lee Deemer, another good result for Lee. Chris Wood finishing in 7th place. 8th place, again, a good run from Samuli Kubo. 9th place is Ralph Cullinan, and rounding out the top 10 is Francorchamps after his troubles in turn 1, and a fantastic drive from Francorchamps to finish in the top 10. And yeah, I think as well, I think it could be time for the good old reverse grid wheel, Marco.
Absolutely. So it's going to be Cesare Rizzo in P18, the last guy eligible. I apologize, for the reverse. And the reverse grid should be on your screens right now. Here we go. Let's roll it. Okay, it's a full -4, and that means that starting with Cesare Rizzo, -1, -2, -3, -4. So I think it should be Anthony Jacobson starting from pole position. 2, 3, 4. Yes, should be Anthony Jacobson in pole, Dennis Melchert in 2nd, Ronald Moose in 3rd, and Jamie Ayres sitting in 4th place with Ferenc Kern rounding up the top 5. Hopefully I'm not mistaken. Maths have never been my strong suit. But back to the matter at hand, the racing. Next one will be 35 minutes with a mandatory pit stop. So we will be back in 10 to 15 minutes after.
Before you can get on track, you'll need to calibrate your wheel and pedal set. You'll need to do this in iRacing even if you have already done this using your own controller software. Prior to entering the sim, make sure you've downloaded and installed the latest drivers from the manufacturer's website. Once that's done, follow these easy steps to calibrate your controller. We recommend calibrating in a test session, so pick a car and then click test. Don't go into a practice or official session. The last thing you want to do is have you go on track and crash into another car. Once you're in your test session, click on the options button. You will then see input calibration. This is where your calibration takes place. Start by clicking on the steering button. You will then be prompted to turn your wheel fully one direction and then another. Make sure you place your wheel back into its centering position before hitting done. Now, you'll be asked to turn your wheel 90 degrees to the left. make sure it's at 90, and hold it there while hitting done. For pedals, click on the pedals button. Here you'll be asked to press the throttle all the way down and then release it. You'll do the same for the brake and clutch pedal if you have one. For the gearbox, you'll first be asked to set buttons for sequential shifting. Once complete, a prompt will ask if you have a H pattern shifter. If not, hit no. If yes, click it and you'll begin to map the gears individually. Once you've completed these steps, you are calibrated and ready to go racing. The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Assist to the front bumper, and he hits him again now. Rayon Fowler into the outside wall.
He's going to pass nearly 3 cars down that front straightaway, and he's going to get them all done with. What amazing.
To the inside goes Logan Cloudman is going to touch in. Pit press sideways. What a save.
Look to the outside as Cronkite goes off. De Jong into second place.
I'm going for the switchback. Oh, pinpoint driving.
It's howling down to the inside.
Trying this contact though.
Slide left of the racetrack. Chris Venner drives it back down underneath, and he takes that second spot right back. Joker goes to Garrett Lowe.
Garrett Lowe should take victory with all that contact.
He's going to try and make the move around the outside the parabolica. That's not going to work, but he's going to try and get the cut back here. Get the run out the parabolica. That's beautifully done there. Michael Schubert, there's a little bit of door banging as well.
Team racing allows multiple iRacing members to team up and race together, just like in real-world endurance series. Teammates can share driving duties, spot for one another, or be a crew chief. Team racing is free both to join a team and to create one. Each teammate races on his or her own computer from wherever they want to. Your teammates can be anywhere in the world, and changing drivers mid-race is as easy as a click of a button. iRacing features team endurance events ranging from just a couple of hours to 24 hours in length. So, if you fancy taking part in an iRacing endurance race in the future, you can learn more about team racing on the teams page on the member website.
Once again, photo finish here at the Interlagos Motor Speedway. Will it be Tim Hogan? It's going to be Christopher DeMerrick at the line.
My name is Steven Corpenos. I'm a senior web developer here at iRacing, and I work on the beta UI. It's funny because iRacing has been around for 10 years, but we want to keep delivering the best possible user experience to our customers, and we've found that the old UI isn't exactly what we're trying to deliver in 2018. We want to use new features and provide the best possible experience when using the sim. One of the projects that I've been working on is some custom heat racing configuration for hosted races. We've been listening to our customers. Everyone's been asking for custom heat races. Maybe you want to tweak a few things with the preset iRacing configurations. Well, now you can using the beta UI. So once you're at the home page of the beta UI, you just go to create a race. Then from there you go to your set race options. And you'll notice here under event types you can actually choose heat racing. First, I'm going to show you how to create a new format from scratch. You can choose the number of entrants. And as you can see, when I made that change, the change was actually reflected on the right side in the graph. Also, you can use the estimated duration at the bottom of the graph when you're changing the length to see what the total duration of your event will be. In addition, you can customize every aspect of the session information, practice, qualifying, heat races, consolations, and of course, the final feature race. Because the beta UI allows us to develop features that are robust and complex, this feature will be exclusively available on the beta UI. Once you've made all of the changes, you can hit save. Say you forgot what you selected. You can always preview it using the preview format button. We are very excited to release the brand new heat racing configuration feature that will be available in Season 3 of iRacing.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Apex Racing TV. My name's Ryan Walker and alongside me on the cameras is Marco Barbanera. You join us again for the start of race 3. As we're just going to quickly go through the grid, pole position is Anthony Jacobson, closely followed by Dennis Meltzer. Ron Moons in third place. Alongside him is Jamie Ayres, and behind Jamie Ayres is Ferencváros. Sixth place is Ralph Cullinan. Alongside him is Samuel Kumo, and behind Samuel Kumo is Chris Wood. Alongside Chris Wood is Lee Deemer, and rounding out the top 10 is Max Wright. So it looks like we could be in for an interesting race. As the race gets underway, I was caught out there. Good start by Jacobson. Jacobson's got a good start off the line, heading down into turn 1. Dennis Meltzer's in second place, and just alongside Dennis Meltzer is Jamie Ayres. All the cars are closely bunched up together, and everyone's made it through turn 1. Adam
McNally. That is Steve Efford. In the barriers, also McFadden and McNally having a lot of trouble there getting started, as we are having all sorts of side-by-side contact here with Ayres and Jacobson running side-by-side. Now Melchert slots into P2. And so Jamie Ayres is in the lead, but a lot of very quick guys got involved in that first corner calamity there. An effort to tow back to the pits, so game over for him already. Remember, there's a mandatory stop in this race, but you cannot take the stop this early, of course, and, well, with a tow, it's going to be less than ideal the time you're going to lose there. So, already some crazy moments in this race. Jamie Ayres leading, Melchert and Jacobson second and third.
Yeah, absolutely. It looks like Adam McNally just got sideways on the exit of turn 1 when he was on the grass, and just bounced across the curb and just had no control. And unfortunately, he ended up taking out Steve Efford. He was unfortunate to go back to the pits, as he had looked at his battle for fourth position at the moment on lap 1 between I've no idea who looking at my time was playing up. I've got it. There was a.
Oh no!
Contact!
That is Ronald Moons. I think. No, sorry, it was.
It was Lee Deemer, I believe.
It was Ronald Moons. He contact there with Chris Wood and Ralph Cullinan. Both.
Yeah, just Chris Wood tagged. Chris Wood just tagged the back of Ronald Moons, and just it caused a little bit of a Constantino effect, as unfortunately just the Constantino effect happened as they were back up in front to our battle for third place between Anthony Jacobson, Ralph Cullinan and Chris Wood.
Yeah, Wood has been very quick today, but he never had, in the first race he had to come back from a problem he had, and second race he had to come back as well. Now he's already sitting nicely in P4, so decent chance for a good result. Sam Kuma had to take evasive action there, and now he's down to P12, has been passed also by Stuart McFadden. McNally, you see, is in P15, Hardy is in P14. As Jamie Ayres is under big pressure from Dennis Melchert for the race lead. Dennis Melchert with the fastest lap of the race.
Dennis Melchert, fastest lap of the race so far. And good battle between these guys so far. Not far behind them is Ralph Cullinan, and also in fourth place is Chris Wood. Behind Wood is Ferencváros.
Wood trying to go for a move on Cullinan here at the Sierra do Lago, but it's not to be. They are extremely close to each other here. As also in the front, boy, we need split screen. I always say this now. On the outside, Wood, and in front of them, basically side by side, both pair of drivers, and there's a pass for the lead. Melchert on the outside and Ayres on the inside. Now the positions are reversed for this next corner. Melchert gets the move done. As Max Wright is losing positions quickly. Maybe a mistake for Max. So, Melchert, new leader of the race, Jamie Ayres in second, Kallinan in third, under big pressure from Wood, and now Ferenc Kern has been able to close the gap thanks to the battles in front of him. But I think that Ayres is going for a payback move here in the first corner. Melchert is able to defend very nicely. In the meantime, let's see, because Kallinan will have to defend extremely hard because he has two very quick drivers behind him in Wood and Kern. As Melchert seems to be pretty safe of his first position as they go through this fourth corner. Kallinan able to defend again. I think we have lost Ryan Walker. As Wood is still unable to get the move done, and he has to be careful because if he doesn't make the move in time, Chris Wood is going to be passed by Ferenc Kern, who senses, I think, the chance of a race win, and a mistake there for Wood, and Kern is able to make the move. I hear some noise from the microphone, so maybe...
Sorry about that, my microphone.
Yeah, we are hearing a lot of static noise from the microphone. So something must be wrong there. So Kern is now in P4. Kallinan, thanks to this battle between Kern and Wood, has been able to get 0.8 of a second over Ferenc Kern. And Melchert now has 0.4 of a second over Jamie Ayres, who goes very deep in the brakes. Kallinan, fastest lap of the race. Now beaten by McFadden, 32.6. McFadden trying to come back, is now sitting in P7. Behind Moons, as Kip Stevens goes for a little detour on the grass, and this allows Wright to get the move on him. Back to the front now. Melchert, Ayres, Kallinan, Kern and Wood, 1 through 5. Moons and McFadden are about to join the party as well. It's anybody's race, they will have to make a pit stop. So also a lot of strategy is going to be in play. You want to maybe pit a little bit early and get out of the traffic. Or try and muscle your way through your opponents and hopefully get the move done. And now Kallinan is very close on Jamie Ayres, who makes a mistake at the penultimate corner, and he loses not one but maybe two positions because Ferenc Kern stuck his nose on the inside and was able to complete the pass. So Jamie Ayres drops from second to fourth. Little bit of a breathing room there for Melchert at the front, as Chris Wood is fancying his chances. On the outside, and Wood touches the grass briefly. He's able to keep the car stable as McFadden and Moons are also side by side. And for a second McFadden was in front, but Moons had the better exit there, and now McFadden has the better exit once again. Moons has the inside, but I think McFadden is completely in front by the time they come to this next corner. And a fantastic move by Stuart McFadden, 7 places gained over after the race start. Or should I say, compared to his starting position. As now Kallinan is under pressure from Ferenc Kern. Trying to get a clearer shot of the race lead here from a higher camera. So Melchert is 0.7 of a seconds away from Kallinan, but Kallinan needs to look at his mirror because Kern is on a mission, and there's a very, very tasty chance at a race win. Trying to get all the slipstream he can is Ferenc Kern into the arquibancadas. The Defending the inside is Kallinan. Kern on the outside. They are so close as Jacobson is the first guy to pit. And good defense there from Ralph Kallinan. He has been, let's say he's been in a lot of battles today, so at the very least he knows very well how to defend. In the back, you see Chris Wood running side by side with Jamie Ayres. He has the inside. Can he make it stick? He can. And Chris Wood passes Jamie Ayres. Now Stuart McFadden trying to get a piece of the pie. On the outside, flashing his lights, making his presence felt.
Hopefully my microphone's working now.
We hear once again Ryan Walker. Hello Ryan, welcome back.
Sorry about that. My headset broke, so I had to change it quickly.
McFadden is around, contact with Ayres, and now McFadden is a sitting duck, luckily outside of the racing line. But he lost a lot of positions there, as Kallinan is under big pressure from Ferenc Kern.
Yeah, just watching the replay of what happened to McFadden, it just looks like possibly just got into issues and just nothing he could do. As we're right on board with Ferenc Kern and currently sitting in the top 3 and just not trying anything silly with Kallinan, just showing his nose and just showing Kallinan that he's there and that he's just letting him know he's there, but he won't do anything. He won't make any silly moves.
Melchert made a mistake because all of a sudden they are...
Yeah, Kallinan's got the run.
What is happening here? A mistake from Melchert. Kallinan on the inside. Ferenc Kern behind him. Oh, they are slightly wide, but Melchert is able to keep the position. I don't know what happened with Melchert. He completely slowed down there. And now it's a 4-way battle for the race win because Chris Wood is back into the hunt. You see, closing and closing and closing on these top 3 guys, and basically now you can see he is there.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got a 4-way fight for the win. Yeah, Chris Wood has now managed to latch onto the back of this battle for the lead as Kallinan makes a move up the inside of Melchert. He's up the inside of Melchert, but Melchert will be up the inside for this long left-hander.
Of course, very, very close racing, Ryan, and you know, every mistake is has a very high price, so they have to be extremely careful. You don't want to ruin your race, you don't want to ruin your opponent's races. Adam McNally saying sorry to Effort for the crash at the beginning of the race that we saw very early on.
Yeah, that's good sportsmanship from McNally, Adam McNally. Yeah, I don't think that what happened was intentional. It was just looking at the replay various times. I think it was just a racing incident as we look back through the field at this, or we look back up at the front. Sorry, with this battle for the lead as Ferenc Kern is trying to make a move on Ralph Kallinan.
Oh, there's contact in the back. I think Max Wright is around. McFadden is around as well. But we have to go immediately back to the front because there is no stopping this top 4 from battling. Absolutely. I mean, we've seen some great racing in race 1. We've seen some great racing in race 2. Race 3 we are having fantastic battles once again, but this time is for the race lead, so it's even better, I'd say, Ryan. I mean, I'm not a big fan of this track, but if this is the end result, let's race every time in this place because this is awesome. And we are still waiting for these first guys to get into the pits, and Jamie Ayres is not far away, sitting in P5 right now, 2.5 seconds away from the lead, so he is there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if these guys keep battling away, it could allow Jamie Ayres to make a. If it could allow Dennis Melchert dives into the pits, and Kallinan thinks about it, but he had to dive out at the last second. But yeah, Melchert is the first one to hit the pits, and set behind Melchert is Dreamer in the pits. So yeah, I wonder if Melchert is trying to go for an undercut.
You know, possibility that he said, you know, there's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of close cars. As looking at the inside, there was Kern. So maybe if I pit now, get some clean air, I'm able to jump these guys, because let's face it, when you're this close to each other, you lose a lot of time, even when you're not battling. But these guys are battling, so they are losing a lot of time from the other guys in the back. So this is, I think, a good move from Melchert.
Yeah, absolutely. I think. Oh, is it Cullen and gets sideways? And Kern's up there on the side. Yeah, I think Meltzer was thinking if he can get some clear track and put in some quick laps, he might be able to get the undercut in some of these guys. So yeah, it's worth a try from Meltzer as Kern is trying everything to get by Cullen, and he's trying everywhere to get by him. And I think is Kern going to go for the move up the inside into the final corner? No, he can't get it done. As Chris Wood gets a good run on Kern. Yep.
Will this guy pit?
Wood is up the inside. Is Wood going to dive into the pits? No, he's not. He's up the inside of Kern, and I think he's moved down on the run down to turn 1. But Kern's not giving up easy. Chris Wood has managed to gain that position from Kern, and Chris Wood moves up into second position.
Let's give a quick look at Dennis Melchert. And he's here, you see. Go on board with him. He has Stuart McFadden in front of him. But he's a little bit ahead, so he shouldn't have many problems as we go back to the front once again. Cullinan, Wood, Kern, Ayers, and I'd say even Ronald Moons is joining the party. So once again we are getting a 4, maybe 5-way fight for the race win, and the more these guys battle, the more it's going to help Dennis Melchert. So let's keep an eye on Dennis, especially when all these top guys will pit.
Yep, I think these guys could be. Excuse me. I think these guys are trying to maybe trying to go as long as possible and maybe not lose too much time by having that fuel. Also in the background, Jamie Ayers has closed up on these guys massively, and also behind Jamie Ayers is Ronald Moons. So we're on for 1, 2, 3, 4, possibly 4 or 5 car battle. As I think Cullinan's thinking about pitting this lap. Oh no, he's not. I thought he was pitting. My bad. As Cullinan's on the inside into turn 1. Cullinan's managed to hold on to the lead.
So it was a 33.8 for Ralph Cullinan. Let's see Melchert. On the start-finish line, Dennis Melchert. 33.7, so same time. Wow. So not gaining what was expected.
Yeah, I'm shocked that he's not gaining more than expected. I mean, yeah, I think with these guys battling each other, I thought he would have gained massive amounts of time as Cullinan defends inside line into the hairpin as Kern tries to make a move up the inside of Wood. The more these guys scrap away, the more it's giving Jamie Ayers a chance to sneak up to them, and yeah, he's right behind them now is Jamie Ayers.
Yeah, Jamie Ayers I think now is officially joined the fight for the race win, as once again Cullinan and Wood are side by side now. Once again, as they enter the penultimate corner, which is effectively the last corner of the lap, because the other one is flat out. And once again, also, you know, it's going to be tricky if you want to go to the pits from this position.
Yeah, this is it'll be interesting to see what one of these guys decides to pit first. As Jamie Ayers dives into the pits behind them. Jamie Ayers is the first one of this pack to pit, so it'll be interesting to see. I wonder if Jamie is trying to do an undercut. Go wide into turn 1. Jesus, calm down.
Some fantastic stuff, and Chris Wood gets the lead of the race back from Ralph Cullinan, who is now under pressure from Ferenc Kern, as they are running side by side into the Reta Opposta. And I think Kern will have the position.
Kern's up the inside of Cullinan. Can he get the position? Cullinan runs wide, but yeah, fantastic racing from these guys. It's yeah, they had the same in race 2 where throughout the field it was close, and yeah, these guys are putting on another fantastic show in race 3. Yeah, I'll be interested to see how this battle fares up after the pit stops, and I think it's for race 3 it's hard to predict a winner.
15 minutes left in this beautiful third race. As you see, Wood is locking the brakes and Ferenc Kearney is extremely close to the rear bumper of Ralph Cullinan. In the meantime, McFadden is trying to recover once again. He now just went by Carl Hardy there. And Dennis Melchert is here. So, leaders are now into the final corner once again. Let's see who takes pit road.
Nope,
no, and no.
Nope, these top 4 don't pit. Yeah, also Samuli Kumo doesn't pit, so yeah, it's so hard to predict a winner for this race. It's a fantastic racing throughout the field, and I think this battle for the win, I think it could come down to pit strategy.
Riding on board with Ferenc Kern and Ralph Cullinan. He not one of the drivers that is always at the top, but on some tracks he is very quick, and today he has been at the center of the action for the entirety of the night, basically since the beginning of race 1. So he has to be one of the best drivers of this round, trying to get a good podium, which would be, I think, a nice reward for the battles he had. As love tap from Ferenc Kern.
Yeah, it's yeah, I agree. It's good to see Ralph Cullinan having a good evening so far. He's been doing pretty well. He done pretty well in race 1 and race 2, and yeah, he's having a good race 3 so far, and currently sitting in 2nd place. As we look up at the 10th place, Dennis Meltzer is he's right behind the 9th place Kyle Gilbert, and I think I'm not sure. I don't think Kyle has pitted so far, so that means that Dennis should pick up on our position eventually when Kyle pits. As yeah, Dennis starts fast and lights at Kyle to say you're holding me up, but yeah, Kyle doesn't have to move out of the way, and he has every right to defend his position.
Entering lap 15, as Melchert went by Gilbert there, but he's around. Oh, unbelievable mistake from Dennis Melchert, throwing away the chance for a race victory. He was looking at the very least a good possibility to have a fight until the end with all the other guys at the front, and he went by very early on the straight over his opponent there, Gilbert. Then he lost the car under braking, and that was the undoing of his very good race. He will have to fight very hard if he wants to get back to a podium spot. Meantime, another guy that is looking very good for a top 5 finish is Samuli Kumo, and he is looking to pass Ronald Moons.
Yeah, and Samuli's having a good run in this race so far, and I think if Samuli he could be in contention for a podium position. I mean, he's not that far behind the top 3 when looking at the lifetime, and he's only about probably according to lifetime, and it doesn't say in the lifetime how far he is behind, but he's staying in contention as he goes up the inside of Ronald Moons, tries to make a move for 4th place.
Samuli always very cautious when he makes passes. He doesn't want to force the issue, he wants to make it clean, and he makes it clean with some good collaboration from Ronald Moons. You know, Moons, one of the cleanest and more consistent drivers of the championship. Back at the front, Wood, Cullinan, Kern, 1, 2 and 3. The pit stop for these 3 guys is getting closer and closer. The leader of the guys that have already pitted is Jamie Ayres now, and here he is.
Yep, Jamie Ayres is having a good run in race 3 so far. He's in ninth position at the moment, but he should gain a few positions when some of the people in front of him. So yeah, I'll be interested to see when these top 3 cars pit. I wonder if they're trying to play a game of cat and mouse and see who can blink first and hit the pits, and maybe just it's interesting to see what they're doing strategy-wise while they pit this lap, or try and go as long as possible and try and maybe pit in the 5 minutes remaining mark. Or try and go as long as possible for 5 minutes remaining, basically. As yeah, these top 3 don't pit. Well, Simmortal pit. Nope. Ronald Moons doesn't pit, so there's Kip Stevens. I didn't even realise he was catching the pack. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Very, very close between the top 3 on the exit of turn 1.
Yeah, mistake I think from Chris Wood, because he went from first to third. Side by side with Ferenc Kern, who is going to have the inside and get second place. Let's see what happened. I think a mistake from Chris Wood, just as we were watching if any one of the top 5 was going to pit. Into the first corner, locking the brakes, going just a bit wide, but that was what caused him to lose the first spot. Just a little bit of a mistake, and like I said in the beginning, you pay for every mistake very dearly, especially when you are in a close battle like this one. So it has been, nobody wants to lead this race basically, and yeah, so now it's Ralph Cullinan once again at the front with Ferenc Kern, who I don't think he has ever led in this race. Trying to get the move done on Ralph, but he has not been able to do that so far. And like I said, Ralph has proved to be a very tough guy to get around.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Cullinan's going to hit the pits this lap. Is he going to hit the pits? Yep, Cullinan's in the pits. Wood's in the pits as well. I think Kumo's hitting the pits as well, I believe. Is he? No, but Kumo's not pitted as well. Kumo's not pitted yet either, so yeah, it's interesting to see what strategy the Apex Racing UK guys are doing. So I'll be interested to see how much fuel they take at the pit stop.
Look at that, this is Jamie Ayres. These guys are battling with him basically. 7 seconds for Wood, 7 for Cullinan. Here comes Jamie Ayres.
It's going to be close. I think Wood and Cullinan are just going to make it back out in front of Ayres and Wright. So, yeah. Also, Chris Wood managed to jump Cullinan in the pit stop. So, yeah, I'll be interested to see when Kern and Kumo pit.
And here we go to the top of the table. Kern, Kumo, and Moons, with also Kip Stevens, who's hanging in there. Stuart McFadden a little ways behind. So, with 28 minutes on the clock, I think it's either this lap or the next one for these guys if they want to pit.
I think if I was in Kern's shoes, I would pit this lap and try and keep track position. So, I wonder if Kern will pit this lap. I wonder if Simmortal will pit this lap as well. So, just looking to see, will Kern dive into the pits this lap? Yep, Kern's in the... And Simmortal continues for another lap as Ronald Moons dives into the pits. Kip Stevens continues. Stuart McFadden dives into the pits. So yeah, it's all kicking off in the closing stage.
So great fuel management for Kumo, for Stevens, because they are able to go longer than everyone else. I think also Max Wright is decently long. Yes, he stays out. Let's see these guys, what are they going to do? Ferenc Kern is out of the pits and he's behind Wood and Cullinan.
Yep. Ooh, that is interesting. I thought Kern would have been able to jump Wood and Cullinan, but yeah, they must have took more fuel on or lost some time in the pit entry. But yeah, good job by Wood and Cullinan to jump Kern during the stops.
Ferenc Kern had 30 seconds, 0.8 total time in the pits. It was 28.7 for Cullinan and 27.4 for Chris Wood. So that I think explains why Ferenc is behind these guys here. And now I think Kumo and Stevens will pit.
Yep, I think yep, Kumo and Stevens will be in this lap. So I think Kumo decided to pit. Kumo decided to stay out on the track just in case him and Kern didn't get caught up in the pits in case they were sharing the same pit box as Kumo dives into the pit.
And Kip Stevens is going on. Let's see if Max Wright pits. Only Stevens and Wright now are missing from the pits. Wright comes in, Kumo comes out.
Yeah, Kumo should come out in P4 or P5, so yeah, Kumo's just leaving the pits now. Yeah, his teammate Kern is just alongside on track, and yeah, Kearns takes a position back because can Kumo get back out in front of Jamie Ayres? It's going to be close. Yeah, and Jamie Ayres takes a position from Kumo. So yeah, I think Simuli was just being cautious and didn't want to risk putting up a fight just because of maybe being on cold tires.
Oh, there's a lap car between Wood and Kallinan. Could it be Van Utrecht? Yes, he is. This is effectively for the race lead. Wood, Kallinan, Kern, Ayres, Kumo, and Melchert. So that mistake was very costly. Look at where Melchert is. Even with the mistake, he's on the back of these guys. So without that mistake, I think he would have been extremely close to Chris Wood, with 7.5 seconds up the road from him.
Yeah, I think that mistake unfortunately cost Dennis Melcher as Kip Stevens dives into the pits eventually, as yeah, Chris Wood should come across the line and retake the lead. So yeah, I think looking at his battle at the front so far, it should be. I think the battle for the one should be between Wood, Kallinan, and Kern.
Wood has been able to open the gap just a little bit in these past few laps, 1.6 seconds now over Kallinan. Kern is there, and Ayres and Kumo, I think, are getting closer and closer, and Kumo goes for the inside.
Yep.
Oh, Samuli!
Oh, Jesus. Don't do that, Samuli.
In the back, Stevens and Melchert and McFadden side by side.
Yeah, these guys are battling for P6, and yeah, it's an awesome battle. Melchert's up the inside. Yeah, McFadden ran wide a little bit, and yeah, Melchert's up the inside of Stevens. Can Melchert hold on and take P6? Yes, he can. Yeah, McFadden's trying to go around the outside of Kip Stevens, and can he try and be on the inside for this hairpin? Yep, McFadden's up the inside for the hairpin. Can he hold the position? Yes, he can.
A mistake from Wood, and now Kallinan. Sorry, a mistake from Kallinan. I apologize, and now Kern is on the back of the driver sitting now in second place. Meanwhile, McFadden trying to go for a move on Melchert. Great comeback from McFadden.
Yeah, McFadden's got the run and Melchert. Is Melchert going to defend the inside? Yes, he is. McFadden's going to have to try and go round the outside as well. McFadden dives up the inside.
Can he stop the car? Can he stop the car?
Yeah, that was a bit optimistic from Stewart diving from that far back. Yeah, I think he's been watching too many videos of Daniel Ricciardo. I know they talk about send it, but there's no need to send it from that far back.
And now he is going for it again. As you know, Stevens also, thanks to that mistake, closed back the gap on him. McFadden tries around on the outside here.
Yep, McFadden's trying everything to get by Melchert. Is he going to dive up the inside into the hairpin? Yes, he is. Also, these guys are slowly closing on Kumo. Also, go back up at the front with this battle for second place between Ralph Cullinan and Ferenc Kern, and yeah, Kumo, McFadden and Meltzer are still going at it.
So McFadden got the move on Melcher. Now he's going to get the move, try to get a move on Kumo. And meanwhile, at the front, Kern is trying to get a run on Cullinan.
Oh! On the grass, he hits the wall!
Big contact there on the right side, and he dives straight into the pits. I think that is a meatball flag for Samuli.
Yeah, that
oh, that's too bad. As the final lap of the race has just started.
Yep, we're on the last lap of the race. Chris Wood has managed to increase that gap a little bit to Cullinan and Kern, and yeah, I think if Wood keeps on track, he's got this one in the bag. But this battle for second place is not over by any means.
You know, it's a good race when I completely forgot about the clock.
Yep, Kern's all over the back of Cullinan, and yeah, we look back up. Jamie Ayres has got damage or a slowdown.
Yes, this will promote a lot of drivers in front of him. Meanwhile, look at this final corners. Kern is trying everything.
Yeah, Kern is trying everything to get by Cullinan. This is his last chance to try and get a move done on Cullinan. Oh, contact!
Oh, he's out! He's off! Ralph Cullinan is off!
No! Oh, Jesus! Oh, I thought he was going to Cullinan. Yeah, the leader Chris Wood comes up to the line to take the win in race 3 in the last race of the night. Yeah, Chris Wood takes the win after a fantastic drive. Ferenc Kern takes second place in the last lap. Yeah, third place will be Stuart McFadden rounded out the top 3. Dennis Meltzer will finish in 4th place. Kip Stevens in 5th place. Ron Moons will take 6th place. Closely followed by Ralph Cullinan. Lee Deemer finishes in 8th, another good run for Lee. Anthony Jacobson is just heading up to the line to finish in 9th position. Yeah, we'll look back at the battle for 10th place in the last lap, and Samuel Kumo is going to just finish in 10th place ahead of Max Wright.
So in the end it's another top 10 for Sam Kumo, but I think he will be fuming for hitting the wall there. But what a pity for Ralph Cullinan, was having a fantastic race once again, and that contact at the very end lost him the podium. Chris Wood in the end was the guy that was able to, you know, handle the pressure better than anyone else, and in the end he got a fantastic race win. This was a fantastic race 3 once again, and all in all, what a great night of racing, Ryan.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic, fantastic racing throughout the evening. Yeah, race 1, race 2, and race 3 didn't disappoint, and there was a battle throughout the field wherever you looked. And yeah, as we mentioned earlier, this is it's probably been the best round of the season so far in this series, and I think we could be in for more of the same for the rest of the season.
Race results should be on your screens right now.
Yep. So yeah, rounding out or taking out, I should say, taking out race 3 is Chris Wood, who wins. Second place is Ferenc Kern for Apex Racing UK. Stuart McFadden finishes in the 3rd place. Dennis Meltzer finishes in 4th, closely followed by Kip Stevens. Behind Kip Stevens is Ron Moons, and behind him is Ralph Cullinan. Lee Deemer finishes in 8th place. Anthony Jacobson finishes in 9th, and rounding out the top 10 is Samuel Kumo.
See all the drivers in the... apologies for the dog in the background. Max Wright is in P11, and Hardy, Gilbert Ayres, Van Uytrecht, McNally, and Efford ran into trouble. So, let's see if we can get some nice interviews. Of course, we also have to, you know, Ryan, we are getting closer and closer to the end of the season, even though it seems like yesterday that we started doing this fantastic series. And next one, 11th of November, so next Sunday, it will be Zolder. So a very tricky track to pass, a lot of chicanes. That will be the last race of the regular season. After that, we'll move very close. We'll go to Zandvoort for the first race of the showdown. 25th of November, a 2-hour endurance race at the Nordschleife. And we'll finish the season with a regular triple header at Road America on the 2nd of December. So some fantastic tracks to end the season. It's going to be great. Don't miss the rest of the championship because, like I said, with the showdown, all the championship contenders will more or less start on equal footing. Stuart McFadden is with us and with his fantastic red car. And he had a very, very, let's say, interesting night. Hello, Stuart.
Hello. Yeah, interesting was. It was an interesting night. First race, I had a really good race with Josh, putting him. Hopefully, I was putting him under some pressure, but I was really just pleased to kind of keep up with him because he's so fast. So that kind of gave me the confidence going to race 2 that I had good pace, good race pace throughout the race. And then I got tangled up in a instant turn, or I don't know the corner names, but the kind of first kind of section, and that basically damaged my car, and the car was so horrible to drive, but I just put my head down and just tried to go forward as fast as I could. And the third race, I had a little bit of contact with Jamie Ayres. I haven't looked back in the replay, so I'm not going to comment on it. I don't know if you guys saw anything from it, but I think it was just a racing instant from where I was. Well, not that I saw much, but and then the one with Max Wright, that was just me. The overspeed I had, I was off. I tried backing off the throttle, but just the overspeed I had, I just hit the back of him, and it was just honestly just the lightest of touches, and it spun him round. So I just I spun round as well, but I wanted to wait for Max to go and then for me to go, because I thought that was only fair. Yeah, it was just a sake of getting my head down and trying to catch up to the guys at the front. I think it was 20, it was 15 seconds and 18 minutes or something like that, which I'm really pleased with. I'm absolutely gubbed, but
you know, if I'm not mistaken, you were not at the Spa-Francorchamps round.
No.
So there was, you might have read a lot of, there was a lot of talking between the drivers about the driving standards and etc. I think that today was probably the best meeting of the season, and on a personal note, one of the best nights of racing in all the series that I've ever commentated in quite a while. Was that the same you had on the track? I mean, was that the same feeling you had? Because the racing from up here was absolutely amazing all night long in all the 3 races.
Yeah, the racing was really good tonight. It was really good and clean. It was just that's exactly how it should be. I mean, I don't think there was a lot of instance. No, not that. Sorry, I could be completely wrong. But I think the only kind of instance was kind of turn 1. But that's going to happen because it's really it's quite narrow for all our cars, for the cars to go into. Obviously, I think it was 22 tonight. I might be wrong. But obviously 22 cars going to that. There's going to be something's going to happen. So you kind of have to try and ignore the first lap incidents and try and it's the kind of driving standards in the middle of the race that I think kind of the middle of the end of the race that people were getting annoyed with, like taking out and taking people out and stuff like that. But yeah, tonight was definitely a huge step forward. I think Albans will be really pleased. So hopefully we can continue that on for next week and hopefully the rest of the season.
So next week is going to be next week is going to be Zolder. What do you think about that track? I know it's a very, very tricky track with a lot of chicanes, and when you have a lot of chicanes, of course, sadly, it's an invitation for some contact because straight and hard braking zone, everybody sees a chance there, but the chicanes at Zolder are extremely unforgiving, very high curbs. I think it's going to be a tough one for you guys.
Yeah, Zolder's a great track. It's all about, like, you can kind of gain a couple of, especially around Interlagos, you can kind of gain a lot of time with the draft. Zolder you can't, but it's not as effective because there's so many corners and the straights aren't really that long. So as I kind of trying to get the lap time out of the car, is definitely like it's more difficult because there's less straights to obviously draft.
Thank you very much,
Sorry,
Stuart.
I forgot to press my button. It's definitely better for a driver because it is such a good track. But it's not that great for racing because of the draft. There's not many overtaking spots. I think the kind of the hairpin before the last chicane, I think that's probably your best bet, and the last chicane itself. They're probably your two best overtaking places. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
Thank you very much, Stuart. Before we let you go, anybody you'd like to thank?
Just everyone for great racing tonight. It's been absolutely fantastic. You guys for the broadcast. I was watching it in between the races. It was really good. So yeah, thank you all.
Thanks, man, and congratulations for your nice evening of racing. Catch you next time.
Yeah, see you later on, man. Have a nice week.
And now let's have Ferenc Kern with us. Hello, Ferenc.
Hello.
A very, very intense night of racing with disappointment, I'd say, in race 2 because we were involved in that first contact. That in the first corner, I think not a lot you could have done there because of that rejoin in the middle of basically of the apex. But a nice comeback after that. In the third race, a nice second position. I think you can be somewhat satisfied with your evening.
Yes, result-wise I can. The whole racing didn't feel too good tonight because I didn't have much time to practice. Only practiced yesterday a few laps and to this evening's free practice, and I didn't feel really confident even in quali. So I went for the full run in pit just to see if I can imagine that I can finish the race. If I would have felt like I can't finish it, I wouldn't have started the race 1. So I was quite happy that there were some incidents in race 1 where I just were alone on P3 and could drive my pace and just don't have to think about anybody else. Race 2 was there. I couldn't have done anything. Yeah, just same for Josh. It was I have to say it was a bad rejoin. Dennis had to avoid and clipped Josh and hit me. I saw my car wasn't too damaged, only slightly. So I just thought just go see what you can get out of it. Still getting some points and having some fun, and it was fun. Got some racing around P10 then in the end. Was quite good. And the last race was was fun in the end. I had a mistake in turn 1 where I went wide. And from then on, we came to a 4-way and a 3-way battle for P1, which ended unfortunately in the end with the slightest tap to Ralph that it spun him, but I didn't expect him going a bit slower than the laps before in this last or second to last corner. So yeah, it usually should have been a P3 to be honest.
What was the thinking with the strategy in the third race? I mean, we saw some drivers like Dennis pit very, very early. You were basically the second to last guy to pit because after you only Samuli and then I think Kip Stevens pitted. So because I was thinking since Dennis pitted so early, he had a lot of clean track in front of him. Well, you guys, you were battling very hard at the front.
Yes, we were, and I tried. Or I was thinking about running one lap more, but on the line it showed me 2 laps left, and I just didn't want to go the risk to run out of fuel in the pit lane because it's going and in the end you're standing there seeing your box and that's it. So it was like a bit more like being cautious. Same with the fuel I put. Could have put maybe 4 liters less just there, and I couldn't have missed my my pit box. But so I prefer to run as long as I can with the first fuel because I just think the car is lighter after stopping later, so I don't have to put too much weight on the worn tires. That's my approach for this whole thing, because I don't think that the clean track helps me that much more when I have more weight in the car.
Final question, what about the next race? We are going to Zolder, so what do you think about the track?
Yeah, what should I say? I have no idea about the track. I just ran it for fun a few laps, so I don't really know it. So I have to practice more than for this one. so no expectations. Because I have no idea how I will get this car around the track or not. Because I will see during the week. Same for Zandvoort. These are the tracks. Okay, I ran Zandvoort a bit more even with the F1, I think. But yeah, Zolder is a kind of unknown track. I know where it goes roughly, but yeah, I have to learn it.
Okay, before we let you go, friends, anybody you'd like to thank?
Yeah, thank you for the broadcast. I thank our sponsors for supporting us, and of course the guys who raced tonight, because it was real fun. So yeah, what was worth to start, even with having some considerations if I would be able to finish or not. So it was a great evening.
Thank you, friends, and good congratulations once again. Catch you next week.
Thank you. See you guys.
And last but not least, we have Samuli Kumo, and Ryan is all yours.
Yeah, thanks very much. Yeah, Samuli. Yeah, it looked like you had a pretty good evening. What did you think of the racing?
Hey, how you guys doing? Yeah, I think so far this was maybe the most consistent run for me. Just 3 top 10s, although small, well, a couple of brain farts in the last race, forgetting to brake the third one, which cost me a few positions, and then forgetting to add one extra liter of fuel. So I did the 2-stopper.
Yeah, we were looking at you a few times in race 1, race 2, and race 3, and yeah, it looked like any time we looked, yeah, you were in a battle with everyone. So what was the driving standards like from your perspective? I know there was a few people complaining that the driving standards from Spa was a bit how can I say, questionable or needed to be clamped down. But from your perspective, how was it for you?
I think it was cleaner than Spa, although even at Spa I was just basically avoiding all the incidents, so it didn't affect me. The first race I maybe outqualified my position a little bit, so I was kind of away from all the incidents that may have happened behind me. And the second race, of course, we got the reverse grid wheel. I came across Ferenc there, pointing the wrong way around after turn 1, but I just took the usual, like, take it very cautiously, avoid any damage there, and just kind of went with it, because I'm not fighting for the championship, so there's no need for me to just push too hard, try to make any risky moves, and possibly take out any championship contenders.
Yeah. Good results for you tonight. What do you think of the next track that we're going to is Zandvoort, I believe. Not Zandvoort,
Zolder.
Zolder, I believe. Zolder. So my bad. Zolder. Is it a track that you've had any good races or experiences at, or is it kind of one of those tracks that's kind of is it a good track for you or a bad track for you?
I don't think like any track that begins with the Z, I don't think it's a great track for me. Although Zolder is still okay, but the first showdown after that is Zandvoort, and that's just, I would maybe even avoid it, but I don't know. I mean, Zolder is okay. I think with this car, it should be fine. Like with the open wheelers, of course, it has those high curbs, but I don't think that's gonna be a major issue with the Porsche. So, but we'll see. It's gonna be slippery anyways.
Good to hear. Yeah, thanks for joining us, Samuli, and we look forward to seeing you on track next Sunday at Zolder.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
So yeah, Marco, what was your take on the racing from your perspective? Was it good?
I mean, it was a fantastic night of racing. There's no two ways about it. It was entertaining, battles all over the field. First race, second race, third race with the strategies. Didn't matter. It was a fantastic night all along, and these guys made themselves proud, I think, by putting on such a fantastic show. Hopefully we'll have more of the same next week at Zolder, because this, I think, is what this series should be about. Some close, hard, but fair racing. And congratulations to all the guys involved, because this was absolutely the best round in the series by a mile, I'd say. Fantastic stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah, just before we go, I believe we've got more races coming up there, or more series being broadcast on Apex Racing TV this week. Yeah, tomorrow evening, the Apex Racing TV will be broadcasting the Ripmatech World Challenge Series, I believe. At the I can't remember what track it is, but what's his bad on my part. And then on Tuesday, the Mazda MX-5s will be broadcasted as well on the iRacing Esports Next network, I believe. Wednesday Wednesday will be broadcasting the iRacing Le Mans series, and then on Thursday is Thursday is the BSRTC showdown. Again, I can't remember what track it is. What's his bad on my part, and then next Saturday I think is the Euro V8 Supercar series. So yeah, and then on Sunday we're back broadcasting the BSR Simmortal Porsche Cup series from Zolder. So yeah, plenty of stuff to look out for and plenty of stuff to watch. So yeah, for myself and Marco and the cameras, we will see you later.